All right. Hey guys, welcome to the 5-minute morning stretch. Happy Saturday. Hope you're feeling good. Or maybe you don't know yet because you're just waking up. That's cool. I have my coffee here. Today I have Little Victory's beans in here. It's the Sunshine Blend. It's quite good. So this morning I thought we would do more of a yoga themed 5-minute morning stretch. So with that, we'll do kind of yoga movements. We won't do a full class, obviously, and it's not going to be all the crazy yoga movements, but we will kind of use the breath as a guide, and we will move with our breath. So that's one of the yoga tenets, is that breath and movement are linked, which is why you feel so amazing after a yoga class. And with the morning stretch, we're trying to get that prana, trying to get that chi, that breath moving, and having it move within our body. That's part of the goal with the morning stretch. So we're gonna be more yoga themed this morning. Hey Shannon, good morning. Hope you're doing well. Happy Saturday. Okay, that's all I want you to know, is we're doing it yoga style. Instagram, hey Ryan, hey Aaron, hey Kate. Hi, Manfred. I feel like that's just not your real name. Correct me if I'm wrong. Okay, so you're not gonna need much, just yourself, but we're gonna get started. If you have something for your knees, that's cool. I always have my towel here just in case. Let's bring our arms up all the way to the top. Deep breath in. We're opening up the distance between our bottom rib cage and our hips. So we're breathing in all the way up. And we're passing our hands behind us, opening up the chest. We're gonna dip forward. And we're gonna come forward into a child's pose, sitting back on the heels. Which way am I gonna move? This way. Back on the heels, arms are stretched out in front. Let's bring the forehead to the ground. And you just rest here. Deep breaths. Okay, hands are gonna come up. Kind of float our hands up as high as we can go. We're gonna squeeze our bum nice and tight, abs tight, and we're gonna slowly draw up. Okay, deep breath in, come all the way up. Breathe out, same thing. Hands come behind our body, opening up the chest here, taking a nice deep breath in. On the exhale, I'm bowing forward. My forehead's gonna hit first, then I'm gonna rest my hands. Good, hands are gonna come up, I'm gonna float. My bum is tight, abs are tight, and I'm gonna rise up. Good, from here, I'm gonna come up onto my knees. Okay, from here, let's do some wrist rolls. Deep breaths. Hi, Catherine. Hey, John. Hi, Kathy. Nice to see you here. You rock. Yeah, if you have a pillow, hey, if you don't have a pillow, then you're standing. If you don't have a pillow, if you're on hardwood, just do what I'm doing, but standing, cool? But if you're here and you got one, you got a carpet or something at home, you're good. Okay, one leg's gonna come over into a nice lunge. I'm gonna tuck my back toe, okay? From here, I'm just gonna lean in, but it's really important that my glutes are tight because I don't wanna just dump into my joints. A lot of the time with stretching, we just dump into our joints, especially hypermobile people out there. Watch that, because we don't want the connective tissue to stretch too much. We're not in a yin class. We're just trying to get the joints and the muscles online, right? So as I'm coming forward, I'm squeezing my glute here so I can get an antagonist stretch through here. So if I'm squeezing this part, naturally this one's gonna have to stretch. If I keep everything loose, I'm in the joint and I'm actually not doing as much good as I want to. So I'm here, I'm gonna bring this left arm up. I'm gonna stretch even more on this side. Deep breath out, and I'm gonna turn towards the wall. Deep breath in. On the exhale, that hand's gonna come down, and I'm just gonna go both hands on the inside of that front foot. I'm gonna draw my elbow against my knee and open up a little bit more. Good, from here, both hands come up, deep breath in. I'm gonna do a nice sun salute all the way up. My glute is still tight in the back. Breathe out, hands come down. Both hands on the inside of that front foot, elbow to knee, and open up the hip. Good. Come up to rise. Without using my hands, I'm gonna step back, switch out my leg. I got my back leg tucked, my back toes tucked. Instagram, it looks like this, okay? So that's really important. We don't want, I call them sloppy feet, you know? We want to be functional. We don't walk around like this, right? We don't have pointed toes when we walk around. We have a flexed foot. So we try to make it functional no matter what we're doing, even when we're stretching. Okay, I've got my left leg forward. From here, my glute is tight, right? Because I'm stretching out that hip. Deep breath in, I'm leaning in. Good, let's bring the hands up. Squeezing that right glute nice and tight, keeping distance between the rib cage and the hip. I'm lifting up, breathe in. Good, stretch out that quad, squeeze that glute tight. Hands on the inside of that front foot. I've got my left elbow pushing against my knee just a little bit. You might not even need this. But if you do, push a little bit, open that hip up. Good, both hands on the inside of that foot. Good, not using my hands to help me back. I'm squeezing my glutes, coming back to neutral. Both hands are gonna come up. Deep breath in, open up. Sun salute, breathe. Good, both hands on the inside of that front foot. Elbow to knee and push. Hope that's feeling good. Feeling good for me. Hey Sheena, I see you on Instagram. Okay, pushing back. Both knees on the ground. Now, I'm gonna go onto my toes. Into a nice little squat here, okay? So, feet, really important, especially when we're starting our day. I bet some of you are gonna get outside and do it for a nice long walk. So it's really good to give some attention to the lower half, and especially the feet. The feet do so much for us, and we don't really give it the credit. We don't give our feet the credit it deserves. And credit, I mean stretching and attention. So we're gonna bring our heels way up. See my heels go way up, but I'm not up here, okay? I'm kind of sitting on my heels. It may not look like this for you. I don't care, try your best. A lot of people have kind of like fused feet. It doesn't kind of roll. It's like this section does not have flexibility. That's okay, you're just getting started. So just do it what you can and try to get into the arch, really stretching and opening up the foot. Let's draw the heels down. Now we're into the calf a little bit. Deep breath in. On the exhale, those heels come up. We're pointing the toes. Breathe out. Okay, one more. Breathe in. Heels come down. Deep breath out. And we come up. Awesome. Beautiful. Okay, we're going into a downward dog. All right? So, like I say all the time, if you cannot do the fullest expression of something, my kudos to you comes from trying and doing your version of it, all right? So we're gonna step back. Make sure you can see me here. Okay, we're drawing and pushing into the bottom of our palms. Our hands are spread. I'm spreading the energy into all of my fingers. And my heels are gonna try to be on the ground, but they're not necessarily going to be, okay? I'm gonna pedal my feet out. And just wake everything up. I'm gonna draw my head towards the ground and put a little bit more pressure in the bottom of my palms. I'm pedaling out my feet one at a time, getting into my calves. Breathe. And then from here, I'm gonna sit my hips back, like so. One leg is gonna come up. Squeeze the glute, bring it back down. Other leg, breathe in. Good, we're getting some blood to the head, breathe out. Other side, breathe in, open up, breathe out. Last one, breathe in, breathe out. Good, I'm gonna walk my feet to my hands and slowly walk back. Let's come up one vertebrae at a time, nice and slow. Breathe. Whew. Good. How does that feel? That feels good for me. So that's it. That's all we're going to do today. That was an inversion. We got into the hips, we got the quads, we got the feet. We got a little bit of stretch through the rib cage and the hip. And that's what the 5-minute stretch is all about. It's really just something simple, but doing the least amount you have to do in order to get the best results and feeling good. Steven says, Excruciating. Yes, indeed, Stephen, but we must practice, and excruciating becomes possible the more we do it. Catherine, thanks to the little googly eyes. So listen, I have a morning prompt for you, okay? The morning prompt is kind of a challenge if you're up for it today. So one of the things I'm noticing with clients and my team and even myself is just this, you know, how your iPhone tells you how much you've been on social media and how much you've been on your phone. Well, I mean, I'm in isolation pretty much entirely since I was traveling. So I'm really in quarantine. There's no grocery store. I haven't been to a grocery store, I don't know how long. So, you know, even from a social perspective, we're on our phones, right? Or on FaceTime if we're FaceTiming our family. For us at work, at Epic, every meeting obviously is through Zoom or Google Hangouts or something. So my social media has gone up dramatically. And now that I'm here with you guys in the morning and trying to get the word out that I'm doing this so I can help more people or just connect with more people, I'm on it more. So I think what would be really cool today is if we did a little bit of a dopamine fast. Have you heard of a dopamine fast? Tell me if you've heard of this. A dopamine fast is really just starving the body of unhealthy behaviors that give us dopamine. So the reason why unhealthy behaviors exist and they're hard to overcome, you know, why do we eat cookies until we can't move? It's because of the dopamine. It's because of that reaction that happens in our brains that keeps also increasing our tolerance. So we go from eating 1 cookie to having 7 cookies to doing 14 cookies, but the 14 cookies feels the same as the first cookie, right? And the reason why is because the dopamine is so flexible in our body and in our brain that if we don't deal with it, the dopamine will just be insatiable. Hello, addiction, right? And so a lot of our clients, everyone I've dealt with, even me, we are primed to want dopamine. Hello, Facebook. Hello, scrolling. Hello, news channels. All that stuff is really primed for us to be addicted to it, right? How did I know? I know, it sucks, right? But listen, if you're here with me today, maybe there's a reason that we're having this conversation. So dopamine's a real thing. What I love to tell my clients, and this really works, it really works a lot of the time, is we have to be smarter and understand what's going on so that we can actually have the courage and kick the habit like that from a non-emotional place. So when you understand what's going on in the body, you can realize that, okay, my dopamine tolerance is just getting higher. Tomorrow it's going to be 12 cookies. I need to snap this and nip this in the bud right away. And so a dopamine fast is a really fast reset of all the dopamine in our body. So what that means is you figure out a time or a day. So the ideal here, or the prescription here, is to do it for an entire day. So a whole day of a dopamine fast would look like we're not on technology, we're not scrolling social media, we're not anything gamification technology-wise is a no. We're not watching TV, we're not on Netflix. We're not having any carbs or sugar because that's the dopamine centers. Dopamine centers in our body get really, really excited with sugar. Sugar is a neurotoxin, so it actually kills pieces of our brain as we eat it. So we limit to abolish those things. And anything that we get that kind of high from, and you guys, we all know what that is, right? Like, we're not dumb. We know where we get our little fixes from, right? And so what do you do instead? Well, you organize your closet, you tidy up your house, you stay in your own world, basically. And we have fruits and vegetables, we have an extra piece of meat or beans or lentils on our plate instead of the carbohydrates. We don't watch Netflix at all, we read books instead. We find our kicks through healthy behaviors and healthy means. We take out the recycling, we take out the garbage, we paint, I don't know, FaceTime with a friend. Technology use right now for social connection in a real way is okay. We get out for a huge walk, we go for a hike, you know, social distancing, of course. Bike rides are totally okay. Yes, 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 right? So we're doing more of the basics. We're doing more of the foundational stuff that still gives us endorphins, but doesn't give us the dopamine addiction problems, right? So that's the key. And so my challenge for you this morning and our morning prompt today is, when in your day today will there be a fixed dopamine fast? So for me, I'm going to commit to 12 o'clock onwards for the whole day. There's going to be no dopamine stuff going on. So no social media, no technology, unless it's just a direct FaceTime with a friend. And I'm going to go for a walk. I'm going to, I don't know if is it bike ride weather yet? Someone has to tell me what it's like outside. Reducing the dopamine. So if that's a challenge that's too hard for you right now, then I just really want to put a bug in your ear about what this is, and then really reduce it and try to find a window, even if it's an hour or if it's 2 hours, to not engage in the dopamine addiction. Because as we're home more and as technology is becoming, really at this time, becoming something that is sort of non-negotiable. Before, you could get away with not being on Facebook, you could get away with not knowing Zoom, but now it's laden into our workspaces. Now it's laden into expectations within the workspace. So now we have to take this a little bit more seriously and understand what's going on and how it stimulates that unhealthy behavior, and how the social media then turns into eating too much chocolate, which turns into feeling less than, which turns into feeling bad about ourselves, which turns into lack of motivation, and it's a spiral from there. Correct? Correct. So we're dopamine fasting today. Find a window that works for you. Please let me know when that is, because we're in this together. And if you have anything creative that you're doing instead, I would love to know what that is. FaceTime is okay if it's with a direct friend. Direct friend, Catherine, okay? It might be harder than downward dog. Yeah, but you're up for the challenge, Stephen. You're up for the challenge. I know you are. Okay, guys, thanks for joining me for the 5-minute morning stretch. If you feel like other people might want to join or do this with me, please invite them. This is an interesting time for a lot of people, and if this gives people some joy in the morning and just kind of gets them a challenge and gets you guys, if you're friends, to do something together, then I definitely recommend it. Have a wonderful day. Good luck with your dopamine fast today. I'll see you tomorrow morning at 8 a.m. If you have any suggestions for the theme for the morning stretch, please let me know. I am open to suggestions. Good to see you two guys. Thanks. Signing off.